We are live.
We're here. We are back.
Oh my gosh. We finally got in here.
First of all, we were on time. But we had some technical difficulties again. With somebody's phone.
I got a new phone, you guys. So it didn't want me to be great today.
It wouldn't allow us to get on.
You know, it's okay.
So that's why we're late.
We're here though.
We're here.
And I want to see who's checking in with me. You know, we got to check in.
Yeah, let us know who is chiming in and checking in, and not just Damion's family. But I do appreciate you. Hello.
But that's a friend of mine.
I'm sure she's consistent. So I see her name and I'm like, hey girl.
Yes.
I knew she was coming. Hey Diane.
That's one of your people. Mm-hmm. See, everybody's coming in. Yeah. They was waiting on us.
Well, she's making sure to be on time because I told her your people chime in on time. And consistently. So I'm quite sure she's chiming in this early due to that reason. Look, now she be an extra.
Hey,
I love it though.
You know, it's all good.
I love it.
How's everybody going? How was your Thanksgiving holiday? We missed you guys last week. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving with their family and friends. And
you know, I missed you last week.
You did?
A little bit. I missed you a little bit. Oh. I missed you enough for a hug. That's okay. That's acceptable. Mm-hmm.
I hope it is. You know, I got to check in now.
Hey, Dana.
Dana's
in mental health, too.
Oh, she is?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Dana. How are you?
She works for the hospital.
Oh,
that's my colleague, my girl from years
yes,
back.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So today, guys, again, welcome to the couch. We didn't do our introduction. I'm Damion Harmon, for those who don't know, and my co-host, Ms. Jacqueline Curry. We're both licensed professional counselors, and what we do here, we talk about mental health all day, every day.
Right, we do.
Because your mental health matters. So I try to make sure that I do that introduction because we do have new people liking and subscribing, you know, and supporting us. So I definitely want to make sure that everyone feels welcome.
Sure, I know they do.
Every week. So I know you guys, y'all been here, so, you know, y'all know how we do. We keep it real. Sometimes too real, but
okay,
it's
keep
all
in mind
good.
that since I don't have my phone, since we're using my phone, that you share this consistently while we are talking. You guys make sure that you share our discussion while we're talking and while this is going on during this hour so we can get the information out to more people.
Absolutely.
Today, we are covering
social media and mental health.
Social media and mental health.
Ooh.
I've been excited about this all day. I told Damion I've been looking forward to it all day. I have a feeling that we're not going to see eye to eye on...
And I love it.
Me too, on many of the topics, and I'm ready. You know I'm up for a good debate.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we're here. So again, guys, we're gonna kind of dive right into it regarding social media and mental health. And when we say social media, we're talking all different platforms, just media in general, multimedia, rather than social media. But more specifically, when we're talking about the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitters. Those types of platforms that generally have both negative and positive aspects in regards to promotion, marketing, and how we kind of see ourselves in those particular aspects in regards to how we participate.
Yes, I think what's the common denominator is the fact that you can communicate with other people through those avenues. Yes,
so that's definitely a positive. So we're definitely going to talk about the positive aspects, the positive light of social media, as well as the negative. And that's probably where we're going to differ a little bit. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. You guys definitely please chime in, please comment.
Sure.
I'm doing this live feed again. It will be rebroadcasted on Monday at 2 p.m. on Power 104, internet radio, TuneIn app. You know, definitely check that out while you're at work. You know, that's a little bit later than your lunch break, but you can check it out at your desk or while you're in the radio. While you're inside the radio. While you're in the car.
You should check it out while you're in the radio.
Man,
that's okay. I'm still gonna say something about it. You slip all the time.
I'm on my Malcolm.
It makes the show funny.
It's okay.
Because of your glasses.
I'm turning on my intellectual hat right now. I'm gonna be talking like T.I. You know how T.I. gets sometimes.
Don't get me started on that. It's a whole nother subject. But he does have an on and an off switch for that articulation.
The vernacular. You know, it's rather extensive.
I die every time. I'm like, oh, he's turning into that guy again.
Yes.
With the perfect vocab.
Absolutely. So again, let's go ahead and dive on in. If y'all have any comments or things that we may miss out on, or that you want to, raise a point to address within this live or on this broadcast, please let us know. We'll definitely discuss it. We talk, y'all talk amongst each other. It's all good. That's what we're here for. So okay, so let's start on the positive end as far as social media, mental health. What would you say, Jackie, is like one of the most positive things about, besides you linking with?
That's what I was gonna say. I don't. Let me just say this. I'm on social media all the time. I am on way too much, but I don't see many positive factors that I can relate. I'm just being honest. I see more negative factors than positive that I can relate to being on social media. I can give my rendition and idea of the positive things that I see in my own life, and I can only speak for myself. I would say connecting with people is the major thing. So when you say beside that,
did I get you
seeing
stuck?
how people are doing, and then therapeutically at different times in my life, it has worked for me to express myself, not in a major way, but in somewhat of a significant way on my own page. It helps me to get things out, and then I go back to whatever I'm doing. And it doesn't have to be a negative expression. It can be positive, or something about my son, or it makes me feel good to share it. And that's really it. I mean, those are two things.
I mean, besides the connecting, reestablishing connections that you may have lost over time, as well as establishing new connections via an app or the computer or the internet, I think you're able to establish some healthy, positive relationships if you put yourself out there like that.
There's a big if on that.
Like, for example, I mean, there are several Facebook groups that I'm a part of, and one major one is The Conversation. And the whole premise of that particular platform is to encourage conversation, because due to social media and due to media in general, phones, electronics, we've kind of lost the art of conversation and communication and being able to express ourselves on a platform amongst other people that may differ from your opinion or from where you're coming from. So I thoroughly enjoy those types of platforms, to where I'm able to actually connect with people. Some are like-minded, some are not so like-minded, but at least we're able to express ourselves in that free-flowing environment.
So you see that as positive, with being able to express yourself openly and go back and forth with people. And I often see it becomes negative on social media, so much to the point where I get tired of looking at it.
Right.
I don't read through a lot of conversations happening because people get all strong-minded and strong-armed at their computers.
And I think I love that. Like, I love when people, you got those Facebook gangsters and, people like that are really strong in their stance. And I'm not here to change anyone's opinion or their mind on a particular topic.
Sure.
And that's just my approach. So I hardly ever get my feathers ruffled over an opinion.
Okay,
is their opinion, but at least you're able to converse in that aspect on social media.
All right, so are we still talking about the positive things, or are we
that's positive.
Does anybody have a comment about positive ways that you see social media affecting individuals? I would like to know, or positive things, elements you believe you get from being on social media, I'm challenging everyone watching, beside connecting with people, okay, and beside just engaging in conversation.
I mean, I see I guess you have to be able to filter who your friends are and who you connect with and things like that. But for the most part, generally the people that I've connected with are pretty positive, at least on social media. Posting quotes here and there, or memes, something that's funny or something that's inspirational. I get a lot of that, like, first thing in the morning. Our first thing in the morning, like, we're ready to go. We want to get it get it popping for that day, and then as the day winds down, you start to get a little bit agitated and all that good stuff.
This is interesting.
Yes.
No,
let's go.
It's leading me. Let's go.
Let's go.
We're going off the scale here with this.
Okay.
All right. So that comment sparked something else in me.
Okay.
I disagree.
Okay.
I don't disagree with your overall point because it is positive to read positive things. So I'm not disagreeing with you per se. I disagree that everyone who's posting positive things in the morning is feeling positive.
No,
that's what I'm. No, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah,
hey,
and we're
there's some fraudulent positivity going on here. It's not always what it seems.
And that's not for me to say. If I know that person personally, I know they're going through something. But they're posting something positive. It could be an inspirational message or something of that sort. I take the message as a message and not from them. You understand?
Yes, I'm not. I think I'm not speaking from us. I'm looking at the comments, like you said, as people I know, and I'm. Of course, what are we going to say? I mean, you should be saying something negative.
Right.
No, that's good that they're doing that.
Right.
But I'm reading it, thinking, I bet people that are liking this and looking at it just see what's on the outside, and they just see it as this is this happy person because. What else are we going to see? We are not posting that we're going through divorce on our statuses. What's happening is when you some do. Wait, I don't condone that necessarily, but if you want to get out and do that, that's on the negative side, which I want to talk about later.
Yes,
things that I don't agree with that people expose other people to on their timeline.
Right.
That's a matter of choice. But if we just are talking about the simple fact of seeing consistent posts from people who are throwing out these positive quotes and phrases, and they're posting these pictures, they're losing weight and everybody's complimenting them, and I'm thinking like, yo, this person is depressed, but most of these people don't know that. That's why they're a size 2 and they used to be a size 10. But everyone is frolicking on their page with all this envy and excitement about, oh, it's wonderful, what are you doing? And we pretend. What are we going to say? Oh, I'm depressed, don't worry about that, the weight will come back. No, it's you take the compliment, and then that's the show. The show is now open for everyone to see. And that's happening on the timeline.
And again, it could be motivational for them. Who knows? Or for someone else. I take that as positive.
We can see different things.
But, yeah, it's all good.
Sometimes I see that.
And DeMarcus said most motivational videos of someone working out.
I know a lot of my guy friends like to see the motivational videos of people working out.
Like this one pack need to turn into a 6-pack. I need to get back in there.
But that's positive because it encourages you to do something that probably you should be doing that you're slacking on. It puts the thought back into your head. But then we've got the alternative thought of maybe the women who see the videos of the flat tummy tea, like the ads and things like that when we get into the advertising. And the waist shapers.
The bikini shots, the 2 pieces.
I have my own feelings about
so
all that flat tummy tea and all
we don't have too many positives. We're gonna have a lot of negatives, and I'm pretty sure you guys will kind of align with that. But Zaida said people can't be happy and losing weight. Of course.
Oh my God! I guess the point is being missed. Of what I'm saying. Maybe because Damion knows me really well, he understands where I was going with that. I post positive things even when I'm not feeling well, and they help to uplift me to send it out into the universe. So I think that's perfectly fine that people do that. But, and you can be going through difficult times. I think we're saying the effects of seeing these things on each individual's mental health, it affects everyone differently. Some people look at it and just take it like Damion, this is just positive, this is motivational, this is great. I take it and I'm more analytical with my personality. So I'm looking at it and saying, last time I talked to such and such, she was really at a low. And I'm thinking, is she following her own motivational quotes? Number one. Number two.
Sometimes seeing it.
Yes. And so
and people
I get a little more interested in what's behind it. More so, do I need to check on her right now? Because I don't think that this is her real way of thinking right now. So I'm just saying that sometimes it gives a false idea of what's actually happening behind the post.
And you could be going through a storm and you see these positive quotes and, these positive things happening. And you want to repost it because it's going to remind you. And you look at your own timeline. You look back and you're like, wow, I was going through this. But this right here kind of got me out of that funk. This few words or this passage or this Bible verse or this reminder.
Oh, you know they good with the Bible verse.
You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. It reminds you of, you know, what's important to you and what's going to get you, you know, to the place that you want to be at. But for the most part, you know, I for myself, I filter, you know, who is on my timeline. You may be a friend, but if you're always posting negative and just aggressive things, then I just simply, no, I won't delete you.
I will.
I'll just unfollow you so you know, so you don't show up on my timeline.
Okay, I delete them because they don't have anything positive to add to my life, so I don't want to accidentally scroll through theirs. And so I would just rather delete. I'm a deleter. Some people don't, and some people are blockers.
Yes.
We've got blockers, deleters, and unfollowers. I skip right past all of it. I completely delete. I don't need to block you. I delete you. Yeah. You're taking up space on my friends list. So, next.
I've actually been adding people.
Really?
I've actually been requesting me that
people
I don't even know.
Listen, y'all out here watching this, hitting the request button after you see this. Damion, I mean, you can go ahead and do that. You know, and we were just talking about this. People have been asking us if we're together. We're not together. We're hosting this show. So I'm going to tackle that now. So you'll probably be getting more requests now. So Damion has seen a spike in requests since we started the show, haven't you?
Absolutely. But I think it's because it's not the couch. It's Damion.
That's what I'm saying. Damion has seen the spike because dude. He is a catch.
No.
Yes.
I'm a catch.
Well, they're trying to catch through Messenger. That's what they're trying to do.
They got to swarm through some honey to get to that. Did you catch it?
You acting up now.
Did you catch it though?
That was funny, Damion.
Yeah.
And that's why you're getting the hits. So, all right. So we're talking about.
So I mean, I don't have any more positive stuff. Much more positive stuff. What do y'all have?
They don't have anything.
I don't have anything else really positive to say about social media besides reconnecting and establishing, you know, some healthy relationships with like-minded individuals. But
sure.
Other than that, and seeing how people are doing overall, you know, their growth and their progression throughout life. That's all I got for you.
Really, that's all in one. The consensus is from Damion and I, as licensed professionals, that there are limited positive elements involved with social media and your mental health. That's our opinion. Our opinion belongs to us and this show. So if you have a difference of opinion, we would love to hear about it. And if not, we shall move on to all the negative elements of social media and mental health.
And we may not have enough time to go through all of
We definitely don't. I love that we just bounce off each other like this. This works.
So, one of the first ones, I think I see it on all, because I'm really on two platforms, Instagram and Facebook. That's it. That's all I can handle. Twitter and Snapchat, I can't handle all of that. Because I'm seeing the same people, so it really doesn't matter.
You talk about yours first.
But as far as like on Facebook and Instagram, I often see ads, whether that's regarding mental health stuff, because that's what we talk about, whether that's talking about gaining weight or being more sculptured or whatever the case may be. You may have, on Instagram, you're going to get more ads and people promoting different products. And on the negative side, in regards to mental health and social media, that put a negative like connotation or an idea in someone's head that, hey, if I do this particular thing or put on this particular weight shaper or these pills, I'm gonna look like what's the girl? Oh, which my goodness. Oh gosh.
April Jones?
No, she's brown skin. Bernice Burgos.
I don't even know.
The guys know who Bernice Burgos is.
Damion, you went extreme with that.
But I'm just saying, like, she got the little pills, the powder or whatever you put in the water.
Oh, I was like, what?
And you drink it, and you know what I'm saying, you get snatched.
Are we talking about weight loss or something else?
Yeah, it's weight loss.
And like, you take it and you get snatched?
Yeah, you get your artificial tummy tuck.
Does she also talk about working out?
Yes, she does post workout videos, but it's kind of like half-assed if you know, whatever. But anyway.
Okay.
What's your thought on that as far as advertisements
I started
marketing?
going in on this that it is I catch myself.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
First of all, part of being mature is being self-aware. And we all have to catch ourselves in moments where we're slipping.
Right.
We're slipping out of reality or we're slipping into a negative headspace.
Yes.
So I don't see positive things when I see those flat tummy tea ads and things like that. I see little negative seeds being planted in my head. Your stomach isn't flat enough. There are things you need to be doing. You need to be taking this tea. I hate tea. And you damn right I tried one of those teas. I tried one for maybe 2 days. And I said, you know what? I don't have the patience to make this tea every day. So what I'm going to do is go back to what I know is supposed to work, which is working out.
Right.
And I try to stay consistent with doing that so at least I can keep myself in a healthy state without feeling the need to add superficial things to my regimen and then fool myself into thinking that this is going to work well for me. Y'all that are buying into these things and are looking at it daily thinking I need to be doing that, I just want to hug you. I want to hug you and squeeze you and just give you some affection and just tell you, hey, these people have trainers. These people are behind the scenes working their tails off and paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to look the way they do. These people have time. They're being paid to be on Instagram. They have a lot of things going on that add as additional elements to that. They are just a spokesperson, like George Foreman and the Grill.
Right.
They are paid to stand there and to help convince you that you're not doing the things that you need to be doing with your life. And that helps to fund their purpose. And that's how I feel about that. All of that.
Which impacts you...
mentally.
On a negative level because you feel like you're inadequate.
Now, if you're already depressed, that's gonna work double. You need to stay off Instagram and Facebook. Instagram for sure. Let me share this. If we get off the ads and just into another negative element, I found myself really depressed on Instagram, scrolling through Instagram for the past week with the death of Kim Porter.
Right.
Okay. I found myself feeling so beside myself about it subconsciously. One night I could not sleep. And I woke up realizing I was having dreams about Kim Porter. And that's when I knew the subconscious was telling me I'm way too engaged in what's happening on social media. Because, y'all know, if you were on Instagram, every celebrity was posting photos of her and her funeral and talking about her dying. And I didn't realize how much that impacted me until I told someone, I had a dream about Kim Porter. I don't know her, and I only knew of her. But I'm on Instagram way too much. So my subconscious was suffering. And so my thing is, I've got enough to be concerned about and enough people to be concerned about than to be losing sleep over people I don't know and natural things that are going to happen. Absolutely. And I just realized I need to pull back. So this week I really try to stop myself whenever I want to scroll. Because you're still going to see it now. There's still stuff about her on there now.
And that's still, I honestly, for the most part, unless I'm just truly just outright bored, you're probably only going to get maybe 4 to 5 swipes. Me going up like this. That's
you mean
it.
A day?
No, like when I'm like right now.
Okay.
If I looked at Instagram right now.
Let's do an experiment.
I'm not logged in on. This is a new phone. But I am on Facebook. So I'll just go to my timeline and do like this right here.
Oh, who was that?
See, you looking at the wrong thing. See, she getting off topic right now.
No, that's how social media is affecting me. I've lost focus.
No,
some of y'all are doing that at work.
That is a negative aspect.
Excuse
me.
About that. Negative aspect number 2, losing focus. That so just happened to me.
But really, like you get like maybe 4 or 5 swipes out of me, and I get bored and I'll put my phone down.
And put the phone down.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm more of a... Oh, okay, what'd she say? Okay, she said that yesterday. It's the same thing she talking about. Okay, oh, look, somebody commented. I know her. Boop. Go to their page. Oh, the ad, flat tummy tea. Scroll off.
So then you go into people's pages. Then you like look at their posts.
It's too much.
No.
But you know what? This reminds me. First of all, I just got on Instagram like a year and a half ago, and I was against it. I didn't want to get onto Instagram at all.
Right.
But my girlfriend said, Jackie, you're going to like Instagram more than Facebook. You need to get on Instagram. It's the stories. It's the pictures. The pictures tell stories. I remember that's how she sold it to me. The pictures tell stories. And it's just, she meant well. And I'm sure she does well with it because she's into advertising for some things. And it's working well for her that way. But for me, I almost regret it now that I even signed up for it. I didn't even know what Instagram was until 2 years ago. And I had told myself, all right, I'm not going to get into this because I see people picking up their phones all the time and looking at other people's lives. I don't feel like Facebook is even as intrusive. Like, this is way easier to kind of be involved, right? And then Facebook took certain elements from Instagram, the stories and other things like that I've noticed. But I told myself, this is way too much. I didn't want to get involved. Then I posted one picture. Then I felt pressure to start posting more, right? Because people don't just have, I'm just being honest, people don't just have 5 posts. You have like 200 posts on your page. It's almost like you have to build up content, just like starting a website. You build up content, and the more content you build, the more people come to your page. So some days I catch myself thinking, is this about getting people to be involved in my page, or is this just about me and my page? And I think it's a question we should all ask ourselves every once in a while, like, what am I doing this for? Like, what is my purpose on even posting this? What's my real purpose? And sometimes I try to catch myself.
And sometimes when we do think about that and we're self-aware, why are we posting? And one of the main ones that we're going to get to, matter of fact, we should jump into it right now.
Who cares?
Selfies. That's the big one. Boom. We're talking about selfies. All right, so selfies and mental health. What does it say about you if you have like 2,721 selfies on your page? Or you post maybe 10 to 20 times per day, just a selfie. Oh, I'm going to the bathroom. Oh, I'm eating Chick-fil-A, and it's all nothing but selfies. What do you think that kind of says about you and your personality?
I have to be fair. I think it says different things about different people. I think, as I was explaining to you before we started the show, I was interested in discussing this because I knew where this was going. I have opinions. Sometimes I have opinions about people posting selfies, but I have a lot of them. And I can't give a general statement about what does it say about people, right? Like we said in the beginning, everyone's different. Everybody has different motives behind different things. I can speak for myself. I don't have selfies of me doing different things. I'm here, I'm there, I'm working on this, I'm talking to such and such. Look, here we are doing this. I don't have a lot of that. Most of my selfies are, I'm in a headspace moment. I want to capture that, not with a quote, but most times really saying how I feel. This is not a good day, but I'm going to overcome that, or I'm going to do whatever. I was also explaining to you, and a lot of my friends know, when I was in high school and things, I suffered with self-esteem. When I was in middle school, I suffered with self-esteem through high school and through a lot of college. I did not think I was attractive. I did not think I was cute. I was not asked out on prom. And so self-esteem plays a really big role in where mine is now and why I want to take my own photo. Because to me, it is self-esteem boosting. It is not about who's going to see it and what they're going to say. I actually feel so fabulous at this 36 stage. I mean, I'm telling you, when y'all get to your 30s, it's just one of those, I think it's one of those places where you just don't give up. About a lot.
Absolutely.
You are more
What's
into.
The name of that book right there?
I take it everywhere.
Well, you probably can't see it.
I take it everywhere. They can see it.
Okay.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. My mom's watching this. Hey, Mom. So that book is important to me, but that's how I live. So I'm not offended about the selfie conversation. It doesn't make me feel bad. It's not me trying to search for validation. I'm valid in my own mind and my own thoughts. So that's where mine comes from. However, I've seen different types of selfies where it's almost like you could look at them and say, there's a struggle going on here. Or there's a purpose behind this that's not completely positive, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
So it looks self-indulging. it can look that way, and I'm sure some people see it that way. But I am very proud in those moments, and those are feel good moments for me. And sometimes they don't feel so good. But just being honest with those moments, like as a therapist, that's just my way.
Right.
That's my avenue. So that's what I do.
So,
and I take a lot of them.
Truth moment. We're in the truth circle right now.
Aren't we always in the truth circle?
Truth circle. So, when I started maybe doing Facebook, maybe like in 2013, 2014.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's late.
I'm late bloomer.
You're a late bloomer.
I just got on Instagram like this year. But
we have that in common.
But for me, I don't think it was a confidence boosting thing, but I tend to start to look at my comments and actually how many likes I got. Starting off when I first got into Facebook and social media. I'm like, well, maybe I need to add some more. But for some people, how many likes they get determines how they value themselves, or determines their self-worth or their self-esteem, depending on how many likes they get. So if they get 10 likes, and I've actually seen this happen, somebody posts a selfie and you get maybe 1 or 2 likes or 10 likes.
Then they delete it?
And they delete it. You know what I mean? Like,
that didn't get the response that I anticipated.
Exactly.
Click it off.
So it's like,
so they're allowing other people to place value on their own, their own creation.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, love me, hate me, it really don't matter. So I'm going to be who I'm going to be, and I'll look how I'm going to look. Hopefully, I'm pretty handsome. But anyway, Wait,
I was going to say something. You caught me. I was about to say something, but I'm going to let that slide. Go ahead, Damion. The moment has already passed. Come on, go ahead.
I'm comfortable with silence. I'm a therapist.
I'm
good with that.
I'm not as comfortable.
I'm comfortable with that. But people actually have a battle for likes, so they do, things that they normally wouldn't do to gain that attention. Again, that's attention-seeking behavior, which could fall in line with any pretty much mental health diagnosis out there when you're talking about anxiety or depression. Is not just secluding yourself, but doing things that you normally wouldn't do, engaging in high-risk type of behavior. But also when I'm talking about selfies, I'm talking about the filters and all these different apps that we have in order to correct blemishes and things that we see within ourselves that it's just you. Like, it is what it is.
The only reason I use filter is a lighting filter. That's the only filter I use. Now, let me say something. Damion and I have said this in the past. If you're not familiar with the platform of our show, we'll just say whatever our opinion is. It's not about the fact that one person can be offended by it. And I'm about to offend some people. Let me just give that, little precursor to what I have to say. I don't understand why women put cat ears and pig ears on their faces and then make these posts that are completely clouded out, and they've got like pink lipstick and like the bunny ears and like it's
no, like it's
no, don't say y'all. I don't understand
seriously, it. Like, I can go down my timeline right now
and see bunnies and foxes and
bunnies and foxes and all these
and chipmunks.
Like, I understand if you got like a couple of them here and there and you're just having a joke, but like all of your selfies is like filtered with these little cartoonish
and
looking
then
things.
The stars around the head and remember it used to be the flower things? Remember the flower things?
Oh my God.
And then I just don't understand maybe you can help me. I want to know your idea of what a woman could be thinking that consistently wants to filter out her appearance. In your therapeutic mind, this isn't about judging individual people. I want to know right off bat what comes to mind when you see this, because I know what comes to my mind, and I'll share that after you share.
They're not comfortable with themselves, with who they are. They're not living their truth. They're living whatever the name of that filter is called.
She said she'll look at it and say, did she have a baby rabbit? Because they do it to the kids' photos. Like the kids' photos. It's very confusing to me, and I agree.
I can understand you trying to like smooth it out, or the lighting wasn't right or whatever, and you want to make it a little bit lighter or something like that. But to like, if I see you in person and I look at your pictures, your
and
selfies,
you don't have bunny ears and foxtail,
right? Like you look totally different. You look totally different. I'm
sure.
like, you're not the person that I was talking to.
Sure.
On there, you know what I mean?
I think it's I agree. I think it's about personal comfort. However, you know, we're not saying that everyone that does this thinks this way or feels this way about themselves.
Right.
We're just giving our 2 cents on what first comes to mind. Actually, that was the question. What first comes to mind when you see that?
Yes.
And Damion gave what first came to mind for him. You're not comfortable with yourself. And the first thing that comes to mind for me is basically the same thing. Why is she doing that? She's a cute person or she's a confident person, I thought. And that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Like a virtual Lil' Kim. You know, like Lil' Kim back in the 90s, you know what I mean? Versus Lil' Kim now.
I'm about to lose all my good sense and my lunch.
That's what it reminds me of. Like,
you're right, a virtual, you know what I mean? A way to doctor yourself up.
Right, yeah, like you are already beautiful in your own way. Somebody finds you beautiful when you wake up in the morning.
Without rabbit ears.
You know what I'm saying? Without rabbit ears and all this other stuff. You don't need it. It's cool to like be yourself.
Okay.
I don't want to be like nobody else.
I don't either.
It's cool.
Okay.
Wow. But another negative aspect of social media in regards to mental health is that it kind of depicts this, for some people, this perfect life. You know, whether you're in this relationship or this marriage or, you know, kids or whatever, and you take this picture and it's like, oh, we're all lovey-dovey, but as soon as the phone is down, it's like, you know, y'all arguing and fighting, and then 2 weeks later, y'all getting divorced. You be like, yo, y'all just posted this picture.
Okay, that's another reason, honestly, you know, we're just giving a lot of self-disclosure. That's another reason why I have to modify how much I'm on it. There have been times in my life in the past few years, and girlfriends and I have had conversations about this. Everyone's doing so well. It just looks like everyone's so happy. Everyone's married. Everyone has family photos with matching outfits. That drives me freaking nuts. The family can be in the midst of a separation and beating each other behind closed doors, but if mom has on corduroy, the 2-year-old has on corduroy. Right. Dad has on a jacket. Right. His son has on a matching jacket. Right. It kills me. It's almost like we now shape our home life around what social media will see or think about it. And it is true. I didn't know half as many people putting outfits together on a daily basis, it seems, as I see now. And it can't just be because they like to all look alike every day. Right. I mean, the pictures go up every day. And those people who are watching who do that, I am talking to you. It's irritating at some point for me to see. I'm kind of like, it's the same thing all the time.
Right. And it's kind of like we tend to, especially with social media, we tend to post only the best versions of ourselves.
Because I find out later they've been going through separation for 2 years.
Right. Or this right here, this whole thing right here, where it's a couple, guy and a girl, they looking all happy and all this good stuff, but then there's the side joint that they was just with the night before, and everybody.
Do you know situations like that?
Of course.
Oh, I do too.
But
let's not even. I mean, it is what it is. This is part of the discussion. No, I'm gonna say I see married people on Facebook with families and in the family photos, and I see them out in the streets at social events for singles and things like that. And so I say, first of all, I had to see things like that to make me think about things different when I'm on social media. And so I don't have a problem saying that. It's not like I'm gonna name people, but you know who you are, especially if you're watching this show. And you know I saw you.
What? Why?
Go ahead, because we real on the show. I see what I see, and I don't mind telling it.
Wow.
So go ahead. What's next?
Shame.
It is a shame.
Along the lines, and this was one aspect that I forgot about when we was talking about selfies. Mm-hmm. How many selfies do you have to take?
I thought you were asking me.
No, I am
I'm
asking
saying,
you that too. How many
what?
how many selfies, how many shots do you have to take to get that perfect selfie to post?
Oh, are you asking me personally?
Yeah. And I'm asking the people out there as well. Do you find yourself taking 50 shots before you find that perfect angle? You gotta know your angles.
I'm afraid to answer.
You gotta know your angle.
You're not ready for my answer.
You know, you gotta point it up, and it
Damion, I'm telling you, you're not.
Angle.
I have my answer. You're not ready for it.
But again, what we're talking about, social media and mental health. Why is that? Why do you have to find that perfect one instead of just going unless you have like a lazy eye moment, or you know you have some crust on the side of your mouth or something like that and you forgot it was there. I understand that, but you know what I'm saying, it just be different little lip movements and eyebrows raised, or
do you want me to answer now?
You look down or you got the pigeon toe with the one foot like sticking up. All these different poses and stuff that you have to have.
Somebody come get him.
You have to have all this, everything checked off.
Are you going to let me answer?
I asked you. You didn't want to answer.
I said you don't want to hear my answer. You kept talking through it.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't need takes. I take one photo and I'm happy with it. So I don't need to be judging my own photos. I take it for a purpose. I told y'all what the purpose was, and then I post it. I don't go through 5 photos. If you were to look, we can't use my phone right now, but if you were to look at my phone and if there were multiple there, I'm not turning my head in the photos, right? Like, oh, this, oh, and that, and then, you know, because a lot of people do that in the cars, and the cars next to you are like, you know, just kind of looking like, what actually is happening over there? She's having a neck spasm, she's having a seizure. No, I don't take multiple photos. Right. I take one and I'm happy with the purpose behind it, so then I post it. I'm sure a lot of people looking in their phones are seeing multiple, you know, kind of like, oh, you know. I don't understand. Because I see you at the red light. I see you at the red light. I'm that ignorant person that stares at them long enough and like smiles. And then and I'm like,
you're not right.
I mean, it's funny. It is funny. You gotta laugh at some
Why are
things.
they using their phone? Have to stop like taking selfies so they can post it to say where they're going. I hate that.
Do people do? I guess people do that.
Yeah.
Like
when
updates.
you check in, yeah.
You guys got to be careful with that too. Let's talk about this part of negative aspect of social media. Stop getting on Facebook Live and telling people where you are when you're not at home, and stop telling people when you are at home. Stop getting on Facebook Live and Instagram stories letting everyone know when you're in the Bahamas. What are you doing? Do you know that it sends a message to people that are trying to kind of stalk you and find out when you're not going to be around your home and your children and other things like that?
Right.
So that they can know your whereabouts? Absolutely. And it's very interesting to me because I only became aware of this a few years ago. My parents' house was broken into.
Okay.
And my mom is very keen on telling me, don't tell anyone when I come visit you. Don't do that. Wait till after I get home to talk about it and post about it. Don't do that. And so at first I thought she was tripping. And I'm just like, no one cares and all that. And then when I realized the effect that the break-in kind of had on her and my dad, it was very easy to understand, oh, I haven't been sensitive enough about that.
Right.
And then I need to know for myself not to do that. And I found out that there were a couple friends of mine that had break-ins, and they learned lessons through social media. Hey, I don't do this anymore because I don't want people to know where I am, what I'm doing.
Right.
I mean, it is an easy way for people to track you.
Yes.
And then find out your patterns. Especially the individuals who post the same things all the time.
Know where you work at.
Yes.
Know your favorite spots.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Club 1 every Friday night, 10 to 2.
You always have a specific example. It throws me off every time.
Why?
Fortunately, I'm not at Club 1, so no offense to Club 1.
No offense.
You know, no offense, because I know people that watch this show that actually promote at Club 1. So
absolutely.
It's a nice establishment.
Yes, absolutely.
So anyway, do we have? Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, do we have anything else to add? We got about 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes more left. Well, we kind of
outside of selfies and you know, painting this perfect picture, you know, for everyone to see. We also we talked about it on the front end as far as the positive aspect, as far as establishing and maintaining those relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Being on social media, you can have, 2,000, 3,000, 100,000 followers or a million followers and have not one friend, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, have like 5 friends, you know what I'm saying? So it gives you this illusion that you actually have friends when you don't.
It gives an illusion to those who are. I don't want to say
that's
that.
My friend.
I was going to say something not so nice. I was going to say to people who are. Well, I don't want to make that comment.
What?
I mean, I feel like you have to be a little more towards a weaker-minded side to assume that everyone on your friends list, most of them are your friends. I mean, you got to define friends,
well, because you have a connection, you have easy access to them. You can send them a straight DM.
The first connection is false. It's through the internet.
Right.
So
exactly.
Even calling it a friends list is very strategic.
Yes.
It is. It
Absolutely.
really taps into emotions and your psyche. Just the original concept of a friends list.
Right. That's why I think I like Instagram a little bit better.
It's a follower. It lets you know straight up people are stalking you.
Yeah. I'm following you.
We're not your damn friends. I'm following you until you slip up and say some stuff I don't agree with, and then I'm gonna unfollow you.
That's it.
Follow somebody else.
Simple. It's simple, but it's a lot of negatives and not too many positives in regards to social media. For its intent, it's positive, but if you're already struggling, with some type of mental health disorder, you're on the edge. If you're already depressed,
if you're already on the edge of the cliff, social media is like that little finger.
Go ahead.
That little finger behind you, like, just look a little further.
Yes.
Step a little closer to the edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't even get on when I'm not having a good day.
Or if you're really anxious and all you see is all these negative stories, somebody died, somebody got killed, there was a shootout at the club, there was a terrorist attack, or something got bombed, or it's if you're already on edge, it's going to keep you even more on edge. You just don't want to leave the house.
If you're fragile, could you please stay off social media? And let me just say one last thing. I don't want to forget this, and we only have a couple minutes. This is so important. I feel like one of the most negative aspects of social media is people using their status update to dump all their negative feelings about themselves and other people. I believe that it's so toxic. It just operates like a disease spreading so quickly. It's like Ebola virus. I mean, it just spreads so quickly. And as a therapist, I have a very strong opinion about people emoting things that they should privately, like in therapy, on their timelines, for everyone to see, number one, what your weaknesses are.
Right.
Number two, once you put that negativity out about yourself, I'm so depressed, I'm so anxious, I just need prayers, I just need this.
Right.
As my mother told me when I was young, everybody don't need to know. Everybody don't need to know everything.
Yes.
So there are ways to reach out or find support in ways that don't open you up to the smorgasbord of negativity that you're going to receive.
Absolutely.
And it might not just be a response verbally or typed onto the comment section. It might be in other ways. And I believe, like a lot of people do, I think most of the general population believes you put out what you attract what you put out.
All about
And if
energy.
you're putting that out, I'm so depressed, I'm so anxious, all these things have gone horrible today, I have anger problems, my family left me, no one's answering the phone, all that. There are ways to work through that without letting 900 people on your friends list know. Because personally, at some point, if you're my friend, I'm going to reach out to you. And if I continue to see it, I'm going to decide it's so toxic that I can't scroll through it every day. So eventually I'm going to remove myself. What are you doing? I want to shout this all the time. I had one friend who it seemed like excessively every couple weeks was saying something negative about herself on her own timeline. And I was reading it thinking, what is she doing? What is she doing? I reached out multiple times when that happened. And then I realized, Jackie, you are putting more effort into her betterment than she is. So let's just unfollow. I don't want to see anything she posts because I did my duty as a friend. I reached out when I saw that and said, hey, social media is not really the best platform to do that. You have a husband and kids also. So that can open up the door to marital issues and
right.
other people kind of pouncing on your weaknesses.
Right.
They see the door open and they're coming right in. Well, let alone the devil. So he just looks for things like that. The openness and your lack of ability to have confidence in yourself. So you've got to build it up somewhere and bring people into your circle that you can reach out to privately, to help you work through that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want to see it on my timeline. I just like, dang, she doesn't even believe in herself today. I can't filter that into my head. You know what I mean? What you see becomes your thoughts, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I don't want to see it. So yes, I've unfollowed you.
Yeah, what you digest is not only food, but what you read, what you take in, what you see, what you allow yourself to be a part of.
That's right.
That's digestion.
I had to say that. I feel very passionate about that. Stop doing that. Some people literally get on there and say, I feel depressed today. I'm so depressed. Like, whoa.
That's attention seeking. They want something in return.
I know, but it's not going to... let me just say, when you wind up in therapy with one of us, we're probably going to talk with you about different ways to express that and emote that and communicate it.
Yes.
Without doing it in an open, public platform. You see what happened to Kanye. I'm just saying.
And I think that's, I guess, my benefit with this platform and being in the profession that we are. I often filter what I want to post.
I do too.
You know? Because I automatically assume,
at the end of the day, we're professionals.
It's, you know, is it professional? Sometimes no. My Instagram is a little bit more ratchet than my Facebook.
I saw that.
But, you know, I try to make sure that I put my best foot forward for the most part. You won't see me engaging in anything, you know, extracurricular on social media in general. Just because, I mean, we're a face now. I'm out here in these streets in a positive way.
You mean in a positive way? We are so genuine.
Oh my God. But
Okay.
I mean, like when you have things to lose, whether it's your job, I mean,
be careful.
Yeah.
Your job, your family, your sanity.
You know how many people have lost their job due to their postings and videos and things of that sort. So
because I'm one of the people whistleblowing.
Snitch.
Let me tell you what I saw. Office right next to mine. Do you hear me?
You be snitching, Jackie?
No, there's only 5 people in my office. I can't do that.
Jackie
anyway, so I think I think we covered the basic idea. This topic, I mean, this was a good discussion. I think it was necessary. A good discussion.
And I think we've opened up a dialogue, and it's a lot more that can be and will be addressed in the future in regards to social media, because we are utilizing social media right now in order to broadcast this platform.
Yes. And
so, therefore, there is a positive spin on those things.
Just a reminder, I forgot that my phone said 15% battery like 20 minutes ago. I want us to make sure we have a good outro before it cuts off too.
We'll make it. And that's why you need an Android.
All right. Well, I don't have a...
You don't gotta come back. It's okay. It's all right.
I like to say something back.
No, I win that one.
I'm the queen of comebacks.
I won.
Okay.
So again, you get it. Guys, thank you guys for tuning in. I've enjoyed sitting with Miss Jackie today. It's good to be back. We missed y'all last week. Missed y'all.
I bind that Android spirit. That's my brother. Hey, boo. Hey, boo-boo. I know that's right, honey. He's trying to play me. I didn't have nothing to say back.
All day.
My brother has my responses.
Okay.
But cool. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Tune in. Catch us on Facebook Live Wednesdays at 6 o'clock, where you are right now. And then catch us on YouTube. The Couch, hey boo, The Couch 704. And then catch us Mondays at 2 p.m. on Power 104.4 on the TuneIn app.
Absolutely.
Download it now.
Like and share this video. If you can't use it, somebody will. Because I'm pretty sure you're scrolling through your timeline right now. As soon as you finish this live right here, you're going to see some negative stuff like, why did she post that?
Like, I can't wait to see the next set of pig nose and ears and freaking foxtails. I really hate that. I really am like, dang, I just...
Once in a while, I mean, it's cool, but like, if
you have to turn yourself into a unicorn every day on Instagram, I'm going to hit that button. I can't do it. I only want to see that in Fantasia. I don't want to see that on a daily basis.
Why Fantasia though?
The movie.
Oh.
Not on Fantasia, in Fantasia. Movie.
In Fantasia. Because I was about to say.
You're old enough to know what Fantasia is.
Yeah, I'm very old. Don't look it. That's okay. It's all good. My self-worth.
It only matters what the freak you think about yourself.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of all this.
Exactly.
So if Damion thinks that he's the catch of the day, then that by all means.
No, you just said that. That never came out of my mouth.
I am summarizing what I felt like you were aiming towards in the beginning. But
that's your opinion.
And that's okay. I think highly of you.
I appreciate that. I think highly of myself as well.
I think highly of myself. That's why I'm a one-take wonder. Boop.
Nah, I'm going to check that phone and see how many selfies you got.
It's going dead. We're breaking stuff here. It's
going
dead. We won't be checking. We won't be checking. Look at Stephanie. He is the catch of the day.
Thanks.
Stephanie, did you see his face? Okay, anyway, we got to get out of here. Love you. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, we'll be back next week.
Yes.
In the upcoming weeks, the holidays is coming, so we will be missing a couple of those. What was that? Was that a cat?
Did your phone meow? What the freak? Wait, seriously, what was that? Your new phone?
No. My phone is
one
right
of the
here.
contraptions in here just gave a meow noise. It's insane. I don't know what's happening in here. So, see you next week on the bench, on the couch, in the studio.
Wherever we are, it's the couch.
See you there.
That's where it's at. That's where we
Bye.
No mental health matters. All that good stuff. We're not even going to run down all my hashtags. I need to connect on some t-shirts.
After I say bye, there's always more talking. I'm ready. I've got the face. Can you?
Bye, y'all.
Thank you, Mike. My brother loving on me. I like that. He's so